Hello, how are you? Welcome to our today's session. Today we shall learn something different. You will be guided by your teacher, Mr. Juma Nyamawi of Wagers High School. Today we shall learn about gaseous exchange in the lenticels and pneumatophores of roots of plants. Hope you will enjoy the session. Welcome. Now, gaseous exchange through the lenticels as well as pneumatophores occurs just like any part of the plant, just like in the leaves. It occurs alongside concentration gradient. The diagram here shows a lenticel. I will expound it so that you can see it clearly. I'll expand it so that you can see it clearly. So, what is a lenticel? So, this diagram is what we call a lenticel. So, according to your observation, what is a lenticel? So, a lenticel is just but a perforation or a pore which is found on the woody stems. Gaseous exchange in these places occurs beneath that particular pore. This is what we call the lenticel. Okay, so gaseous exchange occur in the loosely packed cells just underneath the lenticel. These living parenchyma cells, which are loosely packed, usually are moist to dissolve respiratory gases. They also have got thin walls to reduce the distance traveled by respiratory gases in order to facilitate gaseous exchange. Now, how does gaseous exchange occur in these cells? Okay. During the day, when the plant undertakes the process of photosynthesis, it requires a lot of carbon dioxide. So, the amount of carbon dioxide outside the atmosphere is highly concentrated than inside the plant. Therefore, carbon dioxide diffuses into the plant through the lenticels. Upon reaching the loosely packed cells, the carbon dioxide dissolves into solution, and moves into the cytoplasm of the cells by diffusion. This is because there is higher concentration of carbon dioxide outside than inside the cells. At night, these cells of the plant carry out respiration, hence producing a lot of carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide which is produced will be highly concentrated in the cells than the atmosphere. Therefore, it leaves the lenticels into the atmosphere by diffusion. Okay? And that is how gaseous exchange occurs through the lenticels. Now, so we have said that lenticels are openings that are found on woody stems, and they are made up of loosely packed cells. So the openings which are found in woody stems, beneath these particular openings, we have loosely packed cells. Okay, this is where gaseous exchange occurs. So they allow gaseous exchange between the inside of the plant and the outside by diffusion. The gaseous exchange occurs on some moist cells under the lenticels, the mechanism of which has already been discussed. So, what have you learned about lenticels? There are these openings on woody stems, on which beneath them there are some loosely packed cells. This is where gaseous exchange occurs. Now, let us discuss the second part of our lesson, gaseous exchange through the roots. Now, plants which grow in salty waters and also muddy areas undertake gaseous exchange through specialized roots. These specialized roots are called pneumatophores. Examples are in mangroves. The diagram here shows some specialized cells, the specialized roots, the pneumatophores. Are you able to see them? Good. So if you look keenly in these particular roots, they also have got some openings which have lenticels. The openings like the lenticels are also found on the pneumatophores of these particular breathing roots. So this is a mangrove. I hope you're able to see it. And the roots actually grow above the water level and above the muddy areas. This is to facilitate gaseous exchange. Okay? So, plants that grow in muddy areas and also in salty areas like near the beaches have got this type of breathing roots which are called pneumatophores. These pneumatophores facilitate gaseous exchange. Okay? How do they facilitate gaseous exchange? They also contain these structures called lenticels, and the mechanism of gaseous exchange in the pneumatophores actually is the same as the one in lenticels. Okay, so how is it occurring? During the day, when the plant needs a lot of carbon dioxide, which is highly concentrated in the atmosphere, diffuses into the lenticels and they move into the cells by diffusion alongside concentration gradient. That is due to existence of concentration gradient. That is because there is higher concentration of carbon dioxide outside during the day than inside. Carbon dioxide will move into the lenticel which is found on these pneumatophores, and they will move into diffuse into the corky cells which are loosely packed, dissolve on the surface of the cells and move into the cytoplasm. During night, respiration occurs in these cells, hence producing more carbon dioxide. Because carbon dioxide is not used during night, it will be highly concentrated into these particular cells. Therefore, it will diffuse out through the lenticel. Also, oxygen is needed for the process of respiration. And because it will be highly concentrated outside, it will actually diffuse into or through the lenticels into the corky cells, where it will diffuse into the cytoplasm and used for the process of respiration. And that is how gaseous exchange occurs in the lenticels and the pneumatophores. Now, so I've said plants like mangroves grow in muddy salt waters and they have specialized aerial breathing roots called pneumatophores. These are roots that project above the ground level. Pneumatophores rise above the salt water to facilitate gaseous exchange. Good. So what have you learned today? You have learned that plants are capable of undertaking gaseous exchange through specialized roots. What is the name given to the specialized roots? They are called pneumatophores. Name some plants that possess the pneumatophores. Good. The mangroves. Name structures that are found in the pneumatophores that facilitate gaseous exchange. Okay, they are the lenticels. So we shall stop there for now. I wish you a nice time. Bye.